Apple just released the iPad mini 7. I've got it here in my hands. In this short video, I'm just going to answer one question. Should you buy the iPad mini 7? Hi, my name is Rich and welcome to the channel. I make easy to follow videos on how to use your iPad and iPhone, without going nuts. That's sort of my bread and butter YouTube thing. But occasionally I throw in a video like this on new Apple products. If you're thinking about buying the new iPad mini 7, let me tell you a few things that might influence your decision. First, if you already own an iPad mini 6, there's very little difference in the form factor. The only thing I noticed is that the new iPad mini 7 uses the Apple Pencil Pro instead of the Apple Pencil 2, so the magnet on top of the iPad has a slightly different shape. But other than that, they're the same. Strangely, you can use the USB-C Apple Pencil with the iPad mini 7 as well, but not the Apple Pencil 2. So if you're like me and you use the iPad mini for note-taking or drawing, then keep in mind you may have to spend even more money for the Apple Pencil Pro if all of that wasn't too confusing. And speaking of money, this is the base iPad mini 7 that I have, and the price is $499, so it's not cheap. And if you have to buy a new Apple Pencil Pro, you can add another $129 to the bottom line. So now you're at about $630. So just keep that price tag in mind as we work our way through this video. But let me say this, the $499 is not an increase in price from the iPad mini 6. And Apple upped the base storage from 64 gigabytes to 128 gigabytes. And then Apple's big selling point is the new A17 Pro chip, which is powerful enough to run Apple Intelligence. But, of course, at the time of the filming of this video, Apple Intelligence hasn't even been released, so I don't even know what that means. It's supposed to be released very soon, so we'll see what all the hubbub is about when it's finally out. So let me just make this video short and answer the question of whether you should buy the iPad mini 7. Well, if you're upgrading from an older iPad like the iPad mini 5 or even an older one, and you want the new form factor. I owned the iPad mini 5 and I loved it, but the new form factor of the mini 7 along with more storage and a much faster processor make the upgrade worth it in my eyes. And yes, if you need more storage on your device, you should upgrade. Now, I use iCloud Drive for storage, so it's not an issue for me, but if you need more local storage, then you need to upgrade out of necessity. Now, no, you don't need to upgrade if you own an iPad mini 5 or older and it does everything you need it to do and you just don't care about new bells and whistles. And sometimes that's the case, so just stick with what you got and save yourself a few bucks. And also, no, don't upgrade if you own an iPad mini 6 and you're not in a hurry to adopt Apple Intelligence. And one last yes, if you've never owned an iPad mini and are looking for the best small tablet on the market, and it really is the best. Look, I know that there are a lot of YouTube videos that break down all the specs on the Mini 7 and tell you all kinds of things I'm skipping over. But honestly, every time I try to understand all that minutia, it rarely helps me make a buying decision. But hear me out on this one last thing. I have all the iPads, and by all of them, I mean every last one of them. And I probably use the iPad mini more than any of those iPads. Why? Mainly because it's easy to carry around and it's easy to take notes on. It's about the size of a notepad, so it feels right. I can quickly view my reminders, check my calendar, view videos, make FaceTime calls, and more. It's comfortable to travel with, take to appointments, or view photos. It's just an all-around great little iPad. So if you're thinking about buying the new iPad mini 7, I urge you, just don't make the decision so complicated. I've given you a few buying decision guidelines. Maybe they'll be helpful. Better yet, if you're near a store that carries iPads, go check it out for yourself. After you hold it in your hand, everything I'm telling you in this video is going to make sense. Okay, I know that's short. That's just my quick take on the iPad mini 7. I'll have way more in-depth videos on this device in the future after I've put it through the paces. In the meantime, I know I'll be using it just about every day. Okay, that's a wrap. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.